Hey everybody, thanks for coming back for another knife video. This one here I got to show you. This knife is near and dear to my heart right here. This was my very first fixed blade knife, and I got it in 1973, and here's a picture of me with that knife. So yeah, that's Captain Dave when he was a little boy with his trusty fixed blade strapped to his side. And unfortunately, this isn't the exact same knife that's in that picture. I contemplated whether to tell you all this or not, but years ago I had a whole bunch of knives stolen from me. Thank God for eBay, because slowly but surely I've been able to replace a lot of those knives. I've been able to find them on there, and I don't think a lot of those, a lot of them were irreplaceable, but yeah, so the good news is I've been able to replace a lot of the knives that I no longer have. And this one here, being my first fixed blade knife, it just has a lot of good memories. And for those of you that are old enough to remember green stamps, that's how I got this knife. My mom would save green stamps, and my sisters and I would fill the books up, and we'd go through the idea book, the S&H idea book catalog of all the they sold TVs and radios and toys and just all kinds of stuff in those catalogs, camping equipment. And I saw this in there, and I just that's what I'm picking. I gotta have that, And so yeah, my parents were nice enough to let me get this, and mine didn't have the sawback blade like this one has, but otherwise it was identical. Even the coloration. I've seen a few models like this online that have a lighter colored plastic. Mine was just like this, with the elk caribou depiction on the handle. And I think that's maybe one of the chief complaints about these knives is some people don't find it to be the most attractive handle that you can get on a knife. But as a 10-year-old boy, yeah, this was the most beautiful knife ever made, And this one here, if you look on the tang stamp, Imperial, it has Providence, Rhode Island, and then USA directly underneath of it. So this knife here was actually made between 1946 and 1956. In 56, Imperial started putting the USA on the side vertically, and they used that tang stamp from 56 to 88, I believe. So the fixed blade is a little bit older than the one I had, but it's in the exact same condition mine was in. I hunted and hunted until I found one that had the sheath. And then, that was another thing too, is this sheath here, it's like separate, riveted on the pocket knife portion. Mine was one piece all the way around, and it was a little bit more rounded. It wasn't as tapered at the end of the sheath, mine. I tried to find one like that, but I gave up and settled for this one. It's close enough, And then the cool part, it came with, there again, not this exact same pocket knife, but it was a Kamp-King Imperial pocket knife. It came in the pouch, that slips in, retains with this little strap right here. And let me show you the pocket knife here. And this one I bought, this might be the one that came with it, or it might have been in rougher shape and I changed it out, because I've had so many. I've probably had a dozen of these over the years. I've sold more knives than I can even remember, the ones that I can remember. I have all the knives that are sentimental to me, that were given to me, handed down to me, and that type of thing, that I wouldn't part with for the world. But making knives for a number of years and selling knives. Yeah, there's been slews and slews of them that I don't even remember anymore. This Kamp-King here is in pretty good shape. It has a couple of stains here on the main blade, but the main blade has not been, maybe not ever been sharpened. There's no signs of it. Has a little bigger stain on this side of the blade. But there on this tank stamp, let me see, I'm bad about getting things focused in my videos. I apologize for that. I'm trying to get better. But yeah, if you can see on this one here, it has the Imperial, Providence, Rhode Island, but then the USA is vertical on the side of it. So this one here, this one here is from 56 to 88. No way to really tell exactly what the year is on it, but somewhere in that time span. And then the punch blade, all there again, it's in really good shape. No signs of being used. Everything snaps really good. You hear the snap. And then here's the can opener, and it's still showing some signs, probably of the original oil. I oiled it up too, but that green oil, that's probably the factory oil that it came with. And then over here we have the bottle opener and flat tip screwdriver on this one. A little bit of a stain right there on it, but still in really good shape for an old Kamp-King. A little bit of corrosion on the badge right there, but overall not too bad for an old Kamp-King pocket knife. All right, moving along, let me show you this one. I keep this in a little pouch with some a little packet of silica there. Keep moisture out. When you're living in the tropics like I do, humidity is a nightmare on knives. Let me tell you, anything, all my tools, everything wants to rust all the time because of the humidity factor. But check this Kamp-King out here. I got this years ago on eBay. I think it was in a package deal of 10 knives, something like that, and I had to keep it. It's like brand new. I mean, it's the bail, there's no corrosion whatsoever on the bolsters, on the badge, any of that. There is a couple little things about it. The nail nicks do have a little bit in them, and that's probably just from it being played with, opening and closing, whatever. Maybe it has a little bit of dirt corrosion in there, and it has this little stain right here on the main blade. You can see right there. But other than that, there's a little bit right here. I'm getting my fingerprints all over it. Yeah, it's never been sharpened, and it's pretty sharp right now. Never been sharpened. And there's the tank stamp on this one. It's showing this is the 56 to 88 with the vertical USA on it. You can see. And then I'll go back here to the punch blade. It's just like that other one, only this one is just so much of a cleaner example of the one that I keep in that sheath. And then can opener there again. It's got the part number. The part number on it right there under can opener. The factory shine still on this thing. And then there's that one. It's not perfect. There's a few spots here and there, but I mean overall, I was just really impressed. There's a guy, Second Chance George, is his YouTube channel, and that I watch, and he does some great videos for. He's a fly fisherman, and I'm not into fly fishing. I've never done any fly fishing. I've done a lot of fishing, but not fly fishing. Anyway, he's big into knives and stuff, and he just did a video recently I watched where he's restoring an old Kamp-King, So if you're into that kind of thing, yeah, go check out his channel. Check out that Kamp-King he restored. He did a really nice job bringing that thing back to life, you know, for as rough as it was, you know. He's like me. He goes to thrift stores and flea markets and that kind of thing, and, you know, looks for bargains. And yeah, so just wanted to point that out. But yeah, George, if you're watching, what do you think of my Kamp-King? Pretty nice, huh? All right, buddy. I got one more knife I want to show you in this video, kind of staying on the same theme. I've had slews and slews of Imperials and Colonials and Ulsters and all that over the years, but I don't have, you know, hardly any of them anymore. I've traded them and sold them and given them away, that type of thing. I bought this on eBay 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was on eBay. And I think I got 2 or 3 of these. And this one was in the worst condition of all of them. And the handles, it had the black plastic handle scales. And they were shrunk up really bad. And there was like almost more metal showing on each side of the handle scales than there was plastic. And you know, there's no way I was going to try and sell it or trade it or do anything with it like that. So I made these walnut handles for it with brass rivets. And then the guard, I made a brass guard for it. That's the same thickness as the steel, because the steel was in pretty bad shape too. It was chrome plated steel, and it was all corroded and pitted and all that. So I made a brass guard, and then I used brass rivets, which originally it had, you know, nickel rivets, I'm sure, nickel plated rivets. This one also has the 46 to 56 tang stamp. So this one's from somewhere between 1946 and 1956. And the blade's in about the same condition. This doesn't have the saw back on it. The fish scaler, or whatever you want to call it, saw, like my original knife had. But I'm going to try to put these plastic handles on this one just because of that fact. But yeah, so yeah, turned this one back into a nice usable knife, and then I knocked out a quick kind of a cheesy leather sheath for it. I just riveted it together. I didn't stitch it. I used brass grommets, solid brass grommets, to hold the leather together, and I put a cut sleeve all the way around it so that you could sheath this up left-handed or right-handed, and you won't have to worry about cutting into the grommets there or anything. And then, you know, just a belt loop that's also grommeted on out of some thin leather that I had laying around. Made a sheath for it. It didn't come with a sheath when I got it, so yeah, let me put it in there properly, and then that just cinches down like that, and it's like that. So anyway, yeah, this is my green stamp knife. That's what I'm calling it, because that's what it took to get it, green stamps. Let me know down there in the comment section if you have a knife like this, or you have any knives from your childhood that you wish you had, or you still have, and you know, you hold them near and dear to your heart like I do this one. I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And check out my playlist. I've got slews of knife videos that I've already got a few in there, and I'm continuing to make these videos. I've got quite a few more knives. The playlist is going to get pretty long, and I'm trying to make the videos short so that if there's a specific knife that you just wanted to look at, or maybe find out a little history about it, if I know anything about the history about it, you know, you can look at just a short video and see that, and not have to sit there for a half an hour or whatever and go through a big long video just to see the knife that you're interested in. So that's why I decided to kind of do it this way, with the shorter videos showing the more, you know, showing the individual knives, you know, instead of just a whole bunch of them together. But yeah, if you like that kind of format, let me know. If not, you know, let me know that too down in the comments. And I just wanted to show you those, show you my old green stamp knife, and I hope you appreciate it. Come on back for the next one. This is Dave. We'll see you in the next one.